Good morning. It's Pernell here. I had a request after my much watched Family Journals episode, and thank you very much to everybody who's watched and commented and subscribed from that video and liked it. It's just been so thrilling to watch it take off. Anyway, I had some people who were very interested in the morning pages, so I thought I would show a couple of my examples, which aren't too raw or personal. But first of all, for those who don't know, Julia Cameron wrote this fantastic book about recovering your creative self. It's not the kind of book you read and put on the shelf. It's a book to work through if you're feeling a lack of confidence, or even if you are confident but you'd like to get more in touch with really what's important to you internally and creatively, and tap in to what you know, what precious things you have inside, if only you could figure out how you want to express them. This is the book for you. It's just brilliant. I don't think anybody's done it better since her. And I highly recommend it, really, just as something everybody should do. Everybody who wants to be more creative. So she has two basic tools: the morning pages and the artist state. In order to retrieve your creativity, you need to find it. I ask you to do this by an apparently pointless process I call the morning pages. Morning pages for me have always been really easy because I love to write. So the basic idea is that every morning, before you do anything else, you write 3 pages longhand in your journal, pure stream of consciousness. You just kind of spit everything out that you have stewing and brewing and confusing inside you with no judgment. Just get it out, close the book, go away. I think plenty of people burn theirs afterwards or destroy the book, whatever, because it is very raw and it usually is very personal. But I've found that, and I'll put a photo in here if I remember, I've kept all of mine because I know I have forgotten so much of the details of what happened, and it's really interesting to look back. Now, the other tool, it's not something you generally show other people, by the way, so you're very lucky getting a sneak peek into mine. The other tool is the artist state. May strike you as a non-tool or diversion, and I fall down badly on this one. I have at times taken myself, it's just a 2-hour, all by yourself, once a week, do something just for you, to try and find the solutions to the problems and the issues that the morning pages bring up. I never found the time. I'm still bad at it. I make lists of what I like to do as an artist state, and then I don't. But anyway, we're talking about the journaling part. Now, in a book fair recently, I found this. So there's even a morning pages journal that you can get that has all these lovely quotes. Lined paper. I don't really like lined paper usually. Anyway, that's that. Let's get into mine. You can use any size journal. One of the people who commented on the video said that she used to write in really big letters when she had resistance. I hate morning pages, to take up one of the 3 pages. I went the other way and started small, probably because this is what I had, because this already had some stuff in it. I don't know what. So I like this. You can put anything you like in here if you're not a God person. But the time given to morning pages is time between you and you, really. You best know your answers. You will be led to new sources of support as you begin to support yourself. 3 pages every morning and one kind thing for yourself every day will slowly but surely lighten your heart. I think I was in a pretty dark place here. So the brain drain, a daily 3 pages to map your own interior. Get beyond the censor, that judgmental voice who says you know what you should be doing. Feed yourself, child. Let it feel, express, hear itself. All that whiny, angry, whiny, petty stuff that you write down in the morning stands between you and your creativity. Worries. This stuff eddies through our subconscious and muddies our days. Get it on the page, spit it out, and then walk away and have something more fun. So, that's right. This was a gardening book. See, I was keeping a record in here of the things I was growing. So I had put an entry here for gardening. It's not part of the morning pages. It's just reusing a book. I like to put quotes that were meaningful to me at the time and the date. So here, my first entry, 9th of August, 1997. No time like the present. An interesting juxtaposition, God and cayenne pepper. You can see, I didn't know what to write about. Also that I'm saving resources by using this book. A book started while I was pregnant with Q. So this book is over 40 years old. When one life stopped, and I fought against the new other mother life, and perhaps I'm now no longer so full of resistance, and I can get back here to my neatly lined catalogue of plants I was growing then. Very synchronous. A few weeks ago, I dreamed at Dad's, both really and in the dream, that I had a patch alongside other people's patches, and I was puzzling over why their plants and veggies were growing well and looking healthy. One of them asked me to water his for him as he was unable to just then. And as I hosed the patch, I realised I'd never watered my own patch. And water, in dream language, can be evoking emotions and feelings. Despite never watering it, my patch was still managing to harbour some plants, though they were small, stunted and struggling next to their rampant, lush neighbours. I've grown up a thinking, meaning head and seriously neglected my feeling, wanting side. Writing disciplinedly 3 pages a day in this kind of pure stream of consciousness, no intentions format, feels, proof, like it is going to achieve the needed, wanted rebalancing, realignment of my wheels. So maybe I can function in full-time 4-wheel drive. Cool. Then it gets a bit rougher. Actually, I was woken by kids who lit a fire in the alley nearby, and I felt a whole lot of things about that. So there you go. 1997 I started, and I kept going. Here's my list of possible artist dates. And I kept doing it quite religiously, really up until my hand started to get too sore. And I went to the laptop and I started doing it on the laptop, but it isn't the same. I can type really fast, so I would fill pages and pages and pages on the laptop, screens and screens and screens, and they're not the same. You can't go back and hold them and remember. I remember this is just probably one of the kids' exercise books. It's a bit of quilting fabric. I was a quilter back then. Here's a bit of early tie-dyed rice paper, and apparently I still love turtles and flowers and fungi. Some things never change. So this was when I was quilting. And again, I'm reusing a book. And here I am starting again after a break in 2011. Again, I put quotes that mean something to me, and I would often do that to plug in where the 3rd page started, so I knew when to stop. Sometimes I find it hard to stop. You don't have to stop. You can write as many pages as you like. So how funny looking back at this book. I embark yet again on morning pages, but the purpose of these is really to discharge with no judgment or even punctuation all the things that are cluttering up my head and making it difficult to find some focus. So not really documentation. Everything is significant. In the end, it can all be seen retrospectively to have meaning and to place other and subsequent events in context. Everything matters. Nothing is ever wasted. And here I'm having trouble with my hands already back in 2011. Oh, this was after we had moved to this this lovely new house that I'm still living in. Gosh, 13 years. And so Dad is falling to pieces faster, still making up stock for the galleries, things about the kids, art estate, usually hard. You get the idea. You just fill it with all of this stuff. Now, if my hands weren't so bad, I'd give you a demo on writing, but really it's as simple, maybe I will anyway. I don't have a current morning pages book. If you're frightened, start with a little one. When you get confident, progress to a big one. So really, I like reusing things. I just paperclip off the bit I don't want to see. Oh, this is physio exercises for various ailments. And that, I won't use a quick unpick. How's that? So I would simply put the date. And one thing I've learned is put the year, because it's nothing more frustrating than finding a book and having to read. Well, it's kind of fun to read, but, having to dig deep to find what year it actually was. So today, I believe, is the 28th of the 12th. 25. 25. No, it's not. Look, 24. I'm ahead of myself. You know what I mean. I'm sure you know what I mean. And so here, I'll just do a few lines. During a video, feeling self-conscious and wondering whether anyone will find this useful. So you see, I'm going fast, I'm not thinking, I'm not planning, and I'm generally not pausing to talk, of course. And if you like me, once you start doing it, and see here, I know now this is about feelings. I'm going straight into how it's feeling. And there's always something to write about. So if you get stuck, you can always start with the weather, and you will find that it moves right along. For example, today is forecast to be a heat wave. See what's happening here? I can't talk. I'm not thinking. I'm just letting words come out. And my little artist brain is saying, here, this is the one thing I'm so resistant to. So you can see it's not hard. Get yourself a little tiny book if you're nervous about it. But honestly, if you can't fit it in the morning, if your mornings are really busy, I often, when the kids were small, would do it before I went to sleep. So I'd have it by the bed, and I'd either do it in the morning or at night. And I found I slept a lot better if I did it before I went to sleep, because you get all that, stuff, all the stuff that you don't have time to really think about or look at during the day. And you can see how quickly, if you get a nice little book like this, you can fill 3 pages. And one of the things I found, even when I was writing what just appeared to be really boring minutiae of the day, that by the end of the 3rd page, almost without fail, something would appear. It would be a question, it would be a realization, it would be a suggestion, but something would like just spill out that would actually then give me a way to move forward that I hadn't thought of before. It was really quite like magic. I hope you enjoyed seeing this. I've enjoyed more than I thought doing it. And to the person, the lovely person who asked for this, thank you. Always happy to have suggestions about videos that you might find useful. And I really encourage you to get the book and actually do a bit of reading about why this is so useful, and then start and see what happens. And you never need to show it to anybody. You don't even need to reread it if it's too painful. Okay, go forth, be creative. I'll see you next time. Bye.